Good evening and welcome to the Jalan Besar Stadium. It's the fourth and final game of match day 14 in the Singapore Premier League as the Young Lions prepare to do battle with Hougang United. The Cheetahs have been away on AFC Cup duty, and while they did not achieve qualification to the next round, they'll be hoping their 2 wins from 3 games will translate to an uptick in form domestically. As for the Young Lions, it's been a difficult 2022 with just 1 win and 1 draw in 11 games. As I had alluded to, this is one of 4 games across 4 days this past week, with Geylang International clinching a 2-0 victory over Balestier Khalsa on Saturday. The Sailors then put on a stupendous Super Sunday show, smashing Tanjong Pagar for 6, maintaining their lead at the top of the table before their closest challengers, Albirex Niigata, kept pace, defeating Tampines Rovers 3-2 on Monday night. Let's have a quick look at the standings. Hougang with games in hand on the teams ahead of them and will be looking for a positive result to push higher up the table. As for the Young Lions, well, it's grim reading, plump last with 4 points from 11 games so far. Kickoff now just minutes away and we have team news to come. But first, let's check in with the coaches, starting with Nazri Naseh of the Young Lions, followed by Clementio of Hougang United.
So far, our boys are just looking forward for this game. Okay, we just focus on our plan, how we're going to play this game. Again, it won't be an easy game because Hougang, even they just got from AFC Cup and they have some, they have a good game over there. So I think we won't make it. So for our end, basically we just do our part and try to do our best we can. I think for the boys, of course, we are looking forward to get a win. But I think important thing is we are looking for the players' performance.
But how are you dealing with so many notable absentees from your squad due to the AF Under-19 Championships and suspensions?
Yeah, I think, as a coach, of course, some difficulties because the Under-19 is involved and then most of the boys are from this squad. And other than that, the suspension, we can't help it, and then, some of 1 or 2 players basically just they couldn't make it because other duties. So again, as I said, this is also a good opportunity for me to give the rest of the boys, to come in and do their best. So of course, important thing is if the team and the players work as a team and follow the game plan, I think there should not be a problem.
Hougang come into today's game following your participation in the AFC Cup in Vietnam. Even though you failed to qualify for the next round, could you please share your experience?
It has been a tremendous experience for myself and the players. It has been great because all we did was basically focus solely on football and nothing else. We were talking about games. We were talking about how we approach each game. Training time was at 2 p.m. Vietnam time, so very good experience, especially now with COVID, and then you go on a bubble and there are 4 teams playing at the same time, centralizing. So things were a little different, but I think the takeaway for us was that all of us were together all the time. Very good experience. And I guess it has boosted the team morale as well as how we go about getting things done.
Okay, fatigue could be an issue after non-stop football. How are you dealing with that?
Oh, of course we are. It's one of those things that's happening everywhere. Everywhere around the world. They go for international break and come back. Yeah, fatigue is one of the challenges that we face. And of course, with a squad of 25 players, some of them will definitely be rotated.
Okay. We are aware that Andre Moritz and Nazrul Nazari are unavailable. How is Hougang setting up for this fixture?
Look, I've signed 25 players. Yeah, they are important players to the team, but the rest plays an important role as well. Anyone can be suspended. For Nazrul is suspended. For Andre, it's been quite unfortunate, but we have players capable of taking over their positions.
There we have it, both coaches setting the scene for what should be an exciting encounter. Minutes away from kickoff between the Young Lions and Hougang United. One man we are itching to hear from is my co-commentator for the day, ex-player and coach, and the face of all things SPL, Shashi Kumar. Shashi, excited for this one?
Yeah, exactly, and especially these two teams coming off heavy defeats in the league. Hougang with that defeat against Alvarex 5-0, and then Young Lions recently getting hammered by LCS 6-1. So they will be looking to changing their fortunes really, and in a very, very bad season for both of them.
Exactly, plenty of things to look forward to. There's your match officials for the day. Taufik Tana, the man in the middle. He'll be assisted by Roniko and Kasi Gopikana. The fourth official is Ahmad Akasha. As Shashi alluded to, both these teams coming off difficult results over their past week. Let's have a look at team news, with players missing due to the AFF Under-19 Championship and Danish Qayyum serving out the second of his 2-match ban, and others missing through injuries and national service. Nazri Nase makes 4 changes. In comes Dylan Pereira in goal, Jordan Emaviwe, Zikos Chua returns from injury, and Reza Reski. And as you can see, the bench features just 5 players for Young Lions. They are, of course, missing a host of personnel due to other commitments. As for the visiting Hougang United, they too have 4 changes from the team that lost 5-3 to Vietel in the AFC Cup. Big news is the absence of the 2 foreigners. Andre Moritz is a long-term absentee after suffering a knee injury on AFC Cup duty, and Kiki Krajcek on the bench. He's joined by Hafiz Abu Sujad and Farhan Zulkifli. In come Emi Reka, Muhaimin Suhaimi, Zulfami Arifin, and 21-year-old Jordan Vestring for his first start of the campaign. Shashi, what are you thinking after seeing the team news?
Well, I think Young Lions, they are probably going with a 3 at the back. We know for sure Harry Stewart will be at the back with Jordan and Syed Akmal. And let's not forget, Jordan can play up top as well. In that last game, in the last 10 minutes or so, came up and did very well up top. And then, yeah, the 2 up top, I'm really looking forward to see Zikos Chua, one of their top scorers with 3 goals or so. And, he is one of those players who can cause damage to Hougang because of his presence up top, and he has been missed so far for the Young Lions. As for Hougang, they seem to be changing players all the time, and I think they are going with a 4 this time at the back, with Lionel, Anders at the back, Mohaimin at right back, and I think Jordan Vestring will be at left back. But apart from that, nothing really to talk about. But I think looking at both these sides, they need goals, and where are the goals coming from? Because you look at the stats so far, they are really missing those players who can put the ball in the net.
Yep, definitely. I think both teams have struggled for goals across the domestic season. Hougang, though, can look towards their AFC Cup, where they scored 9 goals in 3 AFC Cup games, and Pedro coming off good form, 4 goals in 3 games there. Yeah,
I think Pedro is a good player. He can, again, we talk about presence with Zikos for the Young Lions. He is a presence up top as well, and he's good in the air, good on the ground as well, as he has shown in recent games. And but it's all about the service, isn't it? The service from the wide players. I think Amy needs to do more. I think this season it has been really underwhelming for him. Underwhelming season for him. Shawal Anwar as well hasn't been at the races, so need more from the supporting players.
Certainly, I think Pedro will be looking to step up in the absence of Andre Moritz, who will be out for a good 6 to 8 weeks as he recovers from that knee injury. It does look like the Young Lions, dressed in their home kit of red, are ready to kick us off very shortly. Sashi, tell me this, there are 2 players playing for the first time this season. Dylan Pereira in Young Lions goal, as well as Jordan Vestring. What's going through their mind as we approach kickoff?
Especially the goalkeeper, right? Because, it's not one of those positions where you can just shut off for just a little bit. You need to be on point for the whole 90 minutes. So he'll be looking to put up a good performance. Ridwan, we don't exactly know what's happened to him. He's not even on the bench, not in the match day squad. So if he puts on a good performance, he'll stay there.
And it's kickoff here at Jalan Besar Stadium. It is the Young Lions who've kicked us off. Shah Shahiran looking for a teammate down the flank, doesn't find it. If you're just joining us, welcome along. It's Tuesday night football here in the Singapore Premier League. The Young Lions playing host to Hougang United, and immediately the Young Lions are in Hougang's box. Hougang just looking to clear their lines and have a steady start. Launches it long, looking for Emireka, doesn't find him.
Well, that's a good start for the Young Lions, and probably a start that they need really.
We talked about both these teams needing goals. One thing they need is good defenders, because they've conceded 29 goals, both these teams, which is second highest in the league, behind just Balestier, who conceded 37, I believe. And as Sashi alluded to, Harris Stewart is in the middle of that back three. Jordan Emaviwe, we see him play higher up the pitch. I guess he's a natural defender for you.
Yeah, and he's good on the ground as well for a boy who's, you know, big in size and stature. He's good on the ground, good technically as well.
And Hougang just looking to get to grips with things. It's Zulfami Arifin, who's returned from injury, starting the game. That's an interesting ball for Shawal Anwar. Looking for a teammate in the middle, doesn't find it. Syed Akmal wasn't taking any risk there, clears it out for a corner. The first corner of the game. Syed Akmal has conceded it, and it's Hougang United.
Well, that was a good initial ball that was played across to Shawal, and you just do feel that Shawal should have taken a shot there instead of putting the ball into the middle.
Certainly looked like Shawal Anwar's first touch almost forced him, instead of taking a shot, to play it into the middle. It is Sahil Suhaimi who stands on this corner, and he'll be looking for a teammate in blue. Gone all the way back. Lionel Tan hits this. Off target from Lionel Tan. The man with the armband, Lionel Tan, captain of Hougang United, with Fabian Kwok, who also shares captain duties with him on the bench. As the young Lions played out from the back, Syed Akmal launches it long, looking for Rasak. Rasak has done well. He has teammates to aim for, and he does. Once again, it's Lionel Tan. He got in the way of that cross.
Yeah, Rasak does well there. A straight ball over the top, over Anders there. Got a head to it, but not good enough. And Rasak did ever so well to just put the ball into the middle. Good covering defending there.
Had to be done. Rasak has really come to the fore with the likes of Ilhan Fandi moving on to Alborex Nigata. As the young Lions try from range. Not troubling Mugundan Maran just yet. But that was a signal of intent from Abdul Razak.
Yeah, that's not a bad effort, I got to tell you. If it was on target, it would definitely trouble the goalkeeper. Good effort, good start for the young Lions. And we've already got an open game here.
Mugundan Maran, of course, the #1 in goal. Has had his moments of difficulties, but has done well. And also, injuries have played a part in him being secured as Hougang's #1 this season. Now, we touched on it there. Andre Moritz out for 6 to 8 weeks. Shashi, he leads Hougang United from the front. He's really the talisman. And how are they going to cover for him in his absence?
Well, he's always been deployed as an attacking midfielder just behind Pedro Moritz, and sometimes out wide in a very weird kind of position that he plays in for Hougang. And very creative player, play with flair. He can provide those ammunition for players like Pedro Bertoluzzo. And that's a problem, isn't it, for Hougang? So they've got to do it as a team. And like Clement alluded to, they've got a squad of 20 to 25 players. They have to make use of them.
Indeed, it's time for the supporting cast, shall we say, to step up and tide over the absence of the enigmatic Andre Moritz.
And by the way, congratulations, Andre Moritz just got married.
Huge congratulations to Andre Moritz, clearly settling into life in Singapore quite well, I must say. And it's Hougang United who are in possession of the ball. It is a throw-in. Plays it short to Zulfami Arifin. Jordan Vestering brings it forward from the back. Has done well to pick out a teammate. Sahil Suhaimi to Kaishu Yamazaki. Hougang, patient with their approach, I must say. Shawal, Zulfami, Lionel Tan. Kaishu has laid it off to Shawal Anwar. All the way back to Mugundan Maran. Launches it long, looking for Amy Reka. Amy's first touch made it difficult for him, and Harris Stewart doesn't succeed with the clearance. Amy Reka has a second bite of the cherry. It's gone. And might fall kindly to Rasak here. And look at Zikos bursting to go into the box. And his appellant did well, but almost Zikos Chua on his return could have got a goal.
Well, Rasak there, absolutely beautiful run. Timed his run to perfection and then got past Anders. Anders does well to get as close as possible, but Rasak, look at that. Perseverance, and Zikos just couldn't get to the end of it. A good run again from Rasak.
Zikos Chua has missed a few games but remains the Young Lions top scorer. Has scored 3 goals this season. The former Geylang international man. Hougang clear their lines, and it's Sahil Suaimi with space in front of him to chase. Does well to beat the defender and then waits for the cavalry to arrive. Launches it long, that's a good ball. Doesn't reach Shawal Anwar. Pedro looking for a teammate, doesn't succeed. Shasha Iran. Glenn Quay looking for a red shirt. Yeah, looked offside, Sahil Suaimi. Took a shot nonetheless. I don't think he'll be particularly proud of that one. We talk a lot about Pedro being on form. I must say Sahil Suhaimi did well in the AFC Cup, scored 2 goals.
And he's played in the middle of midfield for Hougang over the past couple of games, and coming from deep as well.
Do you think Kristen Krajcek has been put on the bench just because of fatigue, or?
Well, I think so, because can't really think of any other reason except for if he's injured. I don't think he is, so Clement Teo spoke about using the full complement of players, so
Lionel Tan counting on Mugundan Maran to step off his line and gather the ball, and Mugundan did just that. The AFC Cup experience must have been a wonderful experience for someone as young as Mugundan Maran, just 23 years of age. Probably didn't start the season expecting to be number 1. It's fallen kindly to him, and he's made full use of it. Sahil Suami adjudged to have, I beg your pardon, Amy Reka adjudged to have fouled a Young Lions player. There we go, let's have another look. Just in the back of Arshad Shamim. Syed Akmal. Zikos looking to lay it off to a teammate, doesn't succeed. Sahil Suhaimi hit the deck quite easily there, but Taufik Tana judges that to have been a foul. Let's have another look.
yeah, just waiting the contact there from Jared Gallagher, but before that, Zikos Chua needs to do better when the ball is played to him, needs to hold up play much better than that. Losing the ball in a bad area.
Here comes Jordan Vestring, looking for Amy Reka. Syed Akmal on the scene to clear the ball. We talk about players missing for Young Lions. We'll talk about players not in the squad in a while, but Joel Chew, a man you particularly like, on the bench today.
Yeah, in that last game as well, he came off from the bench. He didn't start that game, so that's probably Nazri trying to change it up a little, but very technical player, and he did make a difference when he has come on. So you just look at the bench here. Yeah, down to the bare.
Yeah, slim pickings for Nazri Nasir when you look at it. Just 5 players, at least for changed. There's just 1 goalkeeper on the bench today. Asha Shamim wasn't taking any chances with that. Another corner for Hougang. Sahil Suaimi floats this in, looking again for Lionel Tan. Oh, Dylan Pereira was tested there.
And I think the referee said that the ball has already gone over the line.
Let's have another look. Lionel Tan with the header.
The defenders, don't know about that. I think he did get the touch before the ball hit the bar.
Yeah, it did look like Dylan Pereira got a crucial touch. Oh, that was hefty from Pedro. And the player stayed on the ground. Let's have another look at this. Shall we call it a shoulder barge?
Oh, it's
Reza Rizki on the receiving end, and Reza Rizki has stayed down. Worryingly, it is a head injury. Taufik Tana, understandably, on the scene quickly.
Yeah,
It
it's
does.
a clear foul, wasn't it? Just barged onto him.
Overzealous from Pedro, you must say. Reza looks good to continue, and that's good news. I don't think Nazri Nase would react too kindly to having any injuries at this point. It's a drop ball. Jordan Imawie looking for Glenn Quay right away. Glenn Quay, 3 assists this season, and he got that solitary goal against the Lion City Sailors. Recently called up to the national team as well, Glenn Quay. Arshad Shamim does well down the right flank. Looking for a teammate. Reza Rizki, that's a nice touch from Rasak. And he earns a corner for his endeavour.
Yeah, good touch, but Anders there read it. And another opportunity from the corner kick. It's been an open game so far, which is good to see.
It's just about 12 minutes played here at the Jalan Besar Stadium. It remains 0-0 between the Young Lions and Hougang United. Shah Shahiran standing over this corner kick for the Young Lions. And he's looking for a teammate in the box. That was half a chance. Harris Stewart on the end of that corner from Shah Shahiran. Should he have done better?
Yeah, not a bad effort there. Ball comes in and defenders need to do better. And you talk about the defensive situation. And that's one of the problems that Hougang has always had, even since last season, defending from set pieces. They haven't done that properly.
Speaking of Harris Stewart, his brother Raihan Stewart, no longer with him at the Young Lions, has earned himself a move to Thai League 2 with Chiang Mai FC. That's good news, a Singaporean playing abroad, no?
Great opportunity for a youngster to go out there, and I think that's the only way you can really up your game, make a progress.
Absolutely right. We've seen plenty of players take advantage of experiences abroad to grow as players. Shah Shahiran lays it off to Arshad Shamim, who's done well with the ball. Eventually, Hougang clear their lines. Anywhere will do, really, for the Hougang backline at the moment. And Shawal Anwar plays it short. Kaishu Yamazaki, ever stay, ever present for Hougang United this season domestically.
A lot of the attacks for the Young Lions are coming from this side. This right-hand side. They've been doing very well with the crosses as well.
Lionel Tan plays it, finds Sahil Suhaimi. That's a good ball over the top. One for Amy Reka to chase. The referee has his flag up. You agree with that offside?
I don't think so. I think we're just looking straight at the line here from our commentary position. It really looked like he was onside. It's good to see this again.
We will have a replay as soon as we can, but you heard it here first. Sashi Kumar doesn't think it was offside. We've seen a few contentious calls early on. Not that Young Lions are complaining. They get us underway. Syed Akmal finds Glenn Quay down the left flank. Well, almost finds Glenn Quay. Shawal Anwar has the ball. Yes, 2 Young Lions play for company. He's done well. And Zulfami, once again, a ball over the top. The Amy Reka will try and chase.
And Arshad Shamim wanted a free kick there. Was there a shove on him? Probably was, but you can see why it wasn't given.
Almost like was Arshad Shamim looking for it more than Amy Reka actually committing a foul. Sahil Suhaimi with, I believe, the 3rd corner of the night for Hougang United. This time he plays it to the near post. Looked like Shawal Anwar and Pedro were challenging for the same ball. Let's have another look at the chance.
Yeah, another good ball in. I think the deliveries have been very good. The last touch was from Pedro.
Dylan Pereira will get us underway with this goal kick. Jordan Imawie heads it on for Glenn Quay to chase. He's done well to keep it in play, Glenn. Jordan's done ever so well, beats the player in front of him. And he's continuing his run forward as Glenn takes this, looks for a teammate. And Zaplin with an important touch. Jordan stayed up, looking for a teammate, doesn't find him. Shawal has kept that in play, and Hougang United maintain possession of the ball.
And again, not a bad ball at all, played from the left-hand side from the Young Lions. This was the foul. Definitely a foul there. Touch on the left foot of Hougang player.
Once again, this is a ball Hougang are trying time and time again, aren't they?
Yeah, it's those diagonal balls looking for those runners, Amy, who can make those runs as well as Shawal. Lots of pace from wide positions. Looking to capitalize on that.
Jordan Bestring, only as far as Harris Stewart, who clears his lines. Zulfami gathers possession for Hougang. He's a welcome addition back to the team after picking up injury while on national team duty. Wins a foul.
Yeah, that's not really a bad foul to give away, because you need to put pressure on Zulfami, because if you give him space, he can hit those long balls.
Exactly. Here comes Shawal Anwar. Finds Pedro in the box. Pedro looking for the reverse. Might have a second bite of the cherry here. That has to be 1-0. Amy Reka. How has he missed?
Well, that is, in a nutshell, Amy Reka's season so far. That was a mistake there from Jordan, just a loose ball. Look at that. That probably is the miss of the season so far. A player of his caliber as well.
We talk about Amy Reka needing to find his feet at Hougang, having done so well at Geylang International. That was a chance for him to get some confidence, no?
And an easy one as well, to just, you know, make it simple, a simple tap in.
Hasn't really hit the heights. That was jittery from the Young Lions backline.
And I'm just looking at Dylan Pereira's position there. He was almost out of his 18-yard area. You can't possibly get the ball there, you know, from a back pass. You have to be in the 18-yard at least. And the advice for defenders usually is, if you're not sure, you put it out of touch.
Safety first, I believe they call it. It's Hougang United who have another chance via this corner kick. Zikos arose highest to clear the ball away. Hougang played all the way back. Jordan Vestring looking for the run of Shawal Anwar. And he's done well to keep it in play. Has Razak for company. Razak did very well, but it's fallen to Jordan. That was a tasty challenge, shall I say, from Razak, who's going to get a talking to from Taufik Tana.
Well, the referee Taufik, I think, was looking for an advantage as soon as this cross came in.
Leg was off the ground.
And number 11, Razak, has made a very good start to this game, really.
He's got plenty of energy, Razak.
And he's got that speed for the first 10 yards or so.
That burst of speed.
Yeah, that burst. But this is an opportunity for Zulfami to put one into the penalty area. You know what he can do with those deliveries.
We know plenty about Zulfami's left leg prowess. Can this be a Zulfami special to look for Hougang United teammate in the box? Provided Sahil Suhaimi doesn't take it. Oh, it is Sahil. Put it into a dangerous area, but Dylan Pereira gathered comfortably before, I must say, quite hastily cleared the ball. Out of possession and out of play.
He does well initially and then give it away, really, with no pressure at all.
How important is communication from the backline, especially for someone like Dylan Pereira starting his first SPL game of the season? That's the ball. Dylan Pereira once again. Sorry to interrupt, Sashi.
Yeah, we speak about communication. Most of the times the communication, or most of it, has got to come from the goalkeeper himself, right? So as a young player coming in for the very first time or so, he needs to take that responsibility and do what he has to do, because he's a goalkeeper. And of course, he has help from the back three players who've played all season, so that's experience for you at the back as well. So communication is key, really.
Jordan Vestring looking for Pedro with that throw-in, doesn't find him. Take two of this throw-in. Jordan repeats the trick, looks for Pedro's head. stays in play here. And eventually, Pedro once again overzealous with his approach.
But you don't mind your striker doing that, because you need to get into the defense's faces and you know, get stuck in a little bit.
Long ball forward. Shairan has control of the ball. Unfortunately looked for a red shirt. Couldn't find Arshad Shamim. And Hougang will get us restarted with this throw-in. Jared Gallagher wins the ball. Jordan Imawiwe picks out Glenn Quay. Shawal Anwar, excellent recovery challenge as Kaishu leads the charge forward.
It's a disappointing ball there. Wanted to come out quick. Shawal Anwar misplaces his pass for the running Muhaimin. I just would love to see those wide players, especially Glenn Quay on the left-hand side. He's very narrow when he received that ball from Jordan. We want him to start from a wider position.
Kaishu to Zulfami. Looks for the out ball, finds it. Shawal Anwar has the overlap of Muhaimin, uses it. Has the ball in the box. Dylan Pereira gathers at the second time of asking. Plays it short to Syed Akmal. Arshad Shamim weighs out his options. Unfortunately chose the wrong one. As Jordan Vestering gathers possession. Amy Reka does well. Good exchange of passes. Pedro looking for the cheeky touch to unleash Amy. Didn't work out. Zikos Chua has Lionel Tan for company. It's on to Rasak. In the end, goes out of play. Not that Hougang are complaining, but Young Lions have to do better with the fleeting opportunities they get up front, no?
Yeah, miscommunication there again, and Rasak very direct with his runs as well.
Kaishu looks to take it under control, doesn't succeed. Jordan to Glenn. And Glenn Quay showed Muhaimin too much. And Zaplin has played a clanger. Zikos Chua sniffed half a chance.
And that was all because Anders there was trying to be a little bit too smart. And then Zikos trying to get an opportunity, a little bit of space to take a shot.
That deflection of Lionel Tan could have gone anywhere. Thankfully for Mukundan, took the sting out the effort and into his grateful arms. Once again, a loose pass from Pedro. That's been a bit of the narrative for Hougang in the final third.
Yeah, and expect them to be controlling this game, especially against a Young Lions side who are struggling as well. They need to take control of this game, especially in midfield, Hougang.
Shairan had options down the flank, picked Zikos, who was squeezed out of the ball by Jordan. Young Lions come again here. Arshad looking for a teammate, does not find a teammate. There is a Hougang player on the deck and in some pain. And Taufik Tana has halted play.
Well, the Hougang bench is not happy, but Young Lions did the right thing.
It does look like Zulfami is in a lot of pain here. Let's have another look at the challenge.
Well, it's a good challenge from Jared there. Nothing wrong with that at all. And it's all within their rights to play on. It's up to the referee to stop the game.
Certainly, you played to the whistle.
Yep.
A couple of weeks ago, we saw the Lion City Sailors play to the whistle and Hafiz Noor get that goal.
Right.
There was some talk if the play should have been halted. Of course, that was a goalkeeping injury, but today it's Zulfami Arifin who's on the receiving end of Jared Gallagher's strength, shall we say.
Yeah, he came biting into the tackle and he won the ball fair and square. The Young Lions did ever so well there, and they are pressing higher up the pitch. the Young Lions. Probably that's what the game plan or strategy is, especially with Zulfahmi. You don't want a player of his caliber to take control of the ball, and especially once on his left side.
There was a thumbs up from the physio, so that looks like Zulfahmi will be okay to continue. That's good news for Hougang. We touched on it there, Hougang having to take charge of this game against a Young Lions team who are plump last, 1 win in 11 games. Hougang themselves domestically have struggled. 3 wins in 12 games this season.
Exactly, and then we talk about disappointing seasons. This is, or has been, a very disappointing season if you're a Hougang fan, especially with the players that they've got. You know, we're not talking about the Young Lions or young players. They've got experienced players. They've got players who are really top quality. And there's something not clicking at the moment for Hougang.
Could that be a confidence thing, perhaps?
It's also a mentality thing, because whenever I see them play, it's all about the transitions. And whenever they lose the ball, heads seem to drop, and there's no hunger to win the ball back. And in transition, where they always get punished.
And to your point, this is a game against Young Lions. They should be dominating. Hasn't been the case in the opening 27 minutes. Remains goalless here at the Jalan Besar Stadium as Young Lions come forward. That's the ball from Shah Shahiran. Rasak failed to control it. Glenn Quay will put it in the mixer. Only as far as Gerard Gallagher. Jordan Imawiwe looking for a teammate in the box. Couldn't find it. Danger's not over yet. Glenn Quay to Reza Rizki. Once again, that tussle, Glenn and Zul. And a Saplin on the scene.
And it's all the Young Lions here. And look at this. This was a very good early ball. Defender misses it, Lionel. And Glenn Quay, I think that is safe to say across.
I think he was doing the right thing, putting it in the middle, hoping for the best. Nonetheless, it's the Young Lions who continue to look for the opener at home. That's the ball for Shah Shahiran. Mukundan Maran looking bright in yellow. He was quick on the scene to gather. And he's just waiting for his players to take shape before he throws it short to Lionel Tan. Muhaimin. Kaishu. Back to Muhaimin. Lionel Tan. The Young Lions are not afraid to close them down high up here. Shah Shahiran. We see that plenty from Shah Shahiran, don't we?
Yeah. And he's always the catalyst, really. He's the captain as well. And once they see him go, and everyone is there to support him. But there, another problem for Hougang. Pedro gets the ball, plays it out wide. Ball not good enough.
On paper, it does look like Hougang have the firepower. It's just not clicking into gear just at the moment for them. Syed Akmal launches it long. Anders is on the scene only as far as Rasak. Once again, Reza Rizki takes one to his face. 2 Hougang players were there. Taufik Tana says it was a foul. Let's have another look. A flailing arm
from Zulfahmi there. His right arm went up across. So clear cut. It's a foul. An opportunity for the Young Lions again.
Shah Shahiran stands over this one. Looks to take it quick. Doesn't materialize. Arshad. Shah Shahiran. Amy Reka, adjudged to have fouled Shah Shahiran there. Taken quick here from Shah. Played across the back line. Harris Stewart. Jordan Imawiwe. Did well to beat the player.
Yeah. I said this before, for a big player, he's very good on the ground as well. Good technique.
And it's confidence as well to do something like this.
Nicely done there.
That's a good ball. Arshad tries to look for Shah running into space. Gallagher wins the header, but only as far as a Hougang player. Zulfami to Kaishu. Shawal's asking for the ball, doesn't get it. But Mohaimin keeps it alive for Hougang. Kaishu.
And that is one example there, as you can see. The play was on. It was not given. Kaishu already, Shawal Anwar already made a superb run there, which you want from your wingers. Then the ball doesn't come.
And I'm pretty sure the Hougang bench's reaction would have been similar to yours,
yes.
A frustrated one. Why not play the pass forward? Zulfami does it. It was Kaishu looking for the outball this time, didn't find it. And the Young Lions eventually clear their lines. Syed Akmal puts it out for a throw-in. We talk about players missing. The Young Lions have lost some key personnel across the course of the season. The likes of Jacob Mahler out with long-term injury. Ilhan, Zulkainan, Raihan departing to different clubs. And when you're a developmental side, then losing players to AFF under-19 commitments and national service, it's a thankless task.
Yes, it is what it is, you know, and they've got the largest squad, obviously, in the SPL, and they've got the luxury of that, and I'm sure they've planned this out properly, and, you know, that's the reason why they've got a big enough squad, so they've got to live with it. But you talk about players, you're right about players missing out, and even Raihan Stewart, who's left, and he's their top scorer with 3 goals, you know.
Absolutely right, yeah. That's a ball for Amy Reka to do something about. He's done well to beat the defender. Amy Reka on the left foot, skewed it high and wide. Let's have another look. Pedro.
And look at the responsibility shown by Shah here, the skipper. He's the last man there defending. He does just enough to put Amy Reka off. But even so, I think Amy Reka should have at least gotten that on target.
Amy Reka has had 2 chances now, one much closer than the other. But it remains goalless after about 34 minutes played here at the Jalan Besar Stadium. Dylan Pereira finds the head of Jordan. Battle of the number 10s there, Shawal Anwar and Glenn Quay. Glenn came off better but couldn't find a teammate in red. Lionel asking for his keeper to come out. At the start of the season, we saw Hougang try to play out of the back. And then with Mugundan coming in, have they ditched that completely?
Yeah, I think so. I think they've gone on to a more, what do you call it, orthodox style of play, right? Trying to play out from the back, but, you know, but then...
That's a chance for Zikos. Zikos seemed to have time in the box. Instead, he picked out a teammate.
Well, why didn't he shoot Zikos? You know, he was in a space where, you know, just let fly.
Here we have another look. Glenn Quay putting the ball. Zikos here chose the wrong option.
That was a good first start from Zikos, I have to say, and it was really nice for a curler into the far post.
Anders Applin on the scene. Doesn't succeed in clearing the danger completely as Jared Gallagher gets possession of the ball. That's nicely done by Pedro to bring Sahil Suhaimi into play. Over the top, and that's a ball for Shawal Anwar. Shawal beats Jordan for pace. That's a chance, Sahil Suhaimi, Dylan Pereira. Straight at him, really.
Listen, that is the example of how they should be going about playing their game, because they've got good wide players, and then that ball out to Shawal Anwar was an early one from Sahil, right? And Shawal shows what he can do if the ball is played, if the service is right. He does ever so well here from the right-hand side, beating his man easily, and then this cutback was superb for Sahil. Good save in the end. And they should be doing that more often, Hougang.
That's confirmation of the shot on target for Sahil Suhaimi. 1 apiece in the shot count for both these teams. It's Hougang who've created the slightly better chances as Zulfami launches this long. That's 1-0. It's Anders Aplin who's opened the scoring for Hougang United. The pressure pays and the Cheetahs take the lead against the Young Lions.
Well, that's a free header for Hougang. And you can't let a player in the box free like that. And it was a good delivery, wasn't it? Look at that. He can't miss from there, Anders. Superb delivery. He just lost his man. I think it was Glenn, I think. He was with Anders initially. He just lost him.
Yeah, we talked earlier about Zulfami Arifin's prowess with his left peg. He really picked out a teammate well there, and Anders Aplin opens the scoring for Hougang United and his account for the season. First goal of the season for Anders Aplin. 37 minutes played. It's Hougang United who lead 1-0 at the Jalan Besar Stadium. It's been coming, that opening goal for Hougang.
Yeah, it could have really gone either way, really. I think Young Lions had a couple of chances as well, and here comes Hougang again.
Jordan Imawewe on the scene. Syed Akmal has to launch this long, and he does. Sahil does well to win the header. Lionel Tan just looking for a speculative ball forward. Nothing much comes of it. It's a throw-in for Hougang United, taken quickly by Jordan Vestering. Amy Reka, who had 2 great chances that he squandered. And he squandered that cross, unfortunately.
Well, Jared here getting a little bit sloppy. Just before that, 5 minutes ago, he gave the ball away as well. And again here.
Amy Reka. Jordan comes across in front of his keeper to hit that. Not exactly away. And Jared's been found wanting in possession. In the end, it's a foul that will just ease the pressure for the Young Lions.
Yeah, I think there was a high boot as well. Late challenge on Jared Gallagher. And they need to settle down, the Young Lions. Had a good game so far. Just conceding a bad goal there. Free header.
Now, Sasha, you've been a coach before. How frustrating is it to concede a goal from a set piece, especially when your team is doing half well?
Yeah, and there's no danger at all. If you just mark your man, stay with your man, challenge him when the ball is in the air, and you'll be okay. But it's very frustrating, especially for a young team like this, and for Nazri, I understand him. Very, very frustrating indeed.
Zulfami. Taufik Tana as a judge Shasha Iran to have fouled Zulfami Arifin. That's outstanding ball from Zulfami. The referee wasn't happy because the ball was moving. Taufik Tana has managed to keep a lid on things thus far. Now Hougang United are winless in their last 10 away matches. That dates back to last season, all the way in August 2021. They last won a game away from the Hougang Stadium. And on that day, they defeated the Young Lions 1-0. Plenty of football, though, left to be played if they were to achieve their first away win of the 2022 season. As Kaishu picks out Muhaimin. Has Shawal, uses Shawal. Kaishu again to Zulfami. Does well, Zulfami in possession. Just as I said that, he's played a sloppy pass to Zikos. Referee has kept his flag down here. And eventually, he raises the flag. Slightly confusing from my point of view. Was he waiting for Razak to come into play?
Well, in the end, it was the right decision. He was clearly offside, but Zikos, that was a poor decision. He should have played the ball earlier. You know, waited and waited till Razak was already in an offside position, plays the ball. And right decision in the end. although he came a little bit late.
Well, if you're keeping count, that's twice now. Zikos has chosen the wrong option when going forward. He's, of course, been missing through injury for the Young Lions. Might take some time to get up to speed, get into gear with his teammates. Kaishu this time, sloppy. Lionel Tan only as far as Jared Gallagher. Once again, Lionel Tan in the way as Mohaimin launches a long ball forward. Harry Stewart comfortably hitting it down to Jordan.
Hougang's turn now to be a little bit sloppy on the ball, giving the ball away needlessly. That one before, it was Zulfami.
And at the moment, Young Lions have about 3 minutes left in this first half, plus whatever stoppage time there is added to peg themselves back. Mugundan picks out Amy. Amy's first touch eluded him. Gone out for a Young Lions throw that's taken quickly. Syed Akmal. Play on, says the referee. As Harry Stewart plays it short to Jordan. Glenn Quay looking for Rasak, who's got 2 Hougang players for company. Ran out of options there, Rasak. And Hougang regather possession. Not for long, though. Rasak once again is effervescent the way he plays.
Yeah, he's someone you wouldn't want on the other team, really, when you're a defender. He's going to chase down every ball, chase down every channels.
Doesn't give defenders a moment's rest, does he? Sahil Suhaimi in possession of the ball. Turns, look for his options, plays it short to Kaishu. Jordan Vestring. And the Zeppelin, the goal scorer. Amy Reka. It's not just coming off for Amy Reka. Not that he minds as his team lead 1-0 as we approach halftime here at the Jalan Besar Stadium. Harry Stewart missed the ball. Handball claimed the Hougang players. We'll have another look at that when we can, but at the moment, Young Lions are coming. That was a late challenge from Sahil. Shah Shahiran looked for Arshad, who lost possession of the ball. Pedro seemed convinced that there was a handball when that ball was played into the box. Let's have another look here. Shawal Anwar.
No. Definitely not that.
Didn't look intentional.
Yep.
Hand looked in a natural position. Would have been harsh. Zulfami heads it down to Sahil, who's done well to pick up Amy Reka, who's done well to pick up Pedro. Pedro has missed. How has Pedro missed?
Oh, that was a good effort, you got to say. Tried to curl it into the far post. Does ever so well to go past Harry Stewart, I think. That was a good ball from Amy Reka. Look at this. As soon as he went inside his man, anything on target. Would have been a goal for Pedro Bertoluzzo.
You could see what he was trying to do there. Just the curl evaded him. But they're creating chances, Hougang. Creating the better of the chances between the two teams. Only have 1 goal, though, to show for their efforts. And that came via Andes Aplin header after 37 minutes. That's the ball for Rasak to chase. Referee has kept the flag down. Rasak will look for a teammate in the middle. Had to play it before the ball ran out of play.
I think his touch let him down there. Pushed the ball a little bit too far. Had too much to do. In the end, a corner kick taken quickly.
Glenn plays it short to Shah Shahiran. Lyle San heads it away. Danger's not over that. Shah Shahiran from range.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's 1 minute of added time.
As we've approached 45 minutes, there's going to be 1 minute of stoppage time. 1 minute for Hougang to keep their noses in front. Job Only half done here for Hougang. They do have a second half awaiting them. Kaishu to Muhaimin. Lionel Tan in no rush, understandably. Kaishu back to Lionel. All the way back to Mukun. Launches it long, looking for Emireka. Arshad will look to keep this in play. And that will be the final action of the first half. It is this man's goal, Anders Saplin's goal in the 37th minute. His first goal of the season. That's given Hougang United a slender 1-0 lead. Pedro could have made it too, unfortunately missed his chance. It is half-time here at the Jalan Besar Stadium, and as it stands, it's Hougang United who lead 1-0 against the Young Lions. We're going for a short break. We'll be back with the half-time highlights very shortly. See you then. Now, if you're just joining us, welcome back to the Jalan Besar Stadium. It is half-time between the Young Lions and Hougang United, and it is the Cheetahs who lead 1-0. It is Tuesday night football here in the Singapore Premier League, and it's good to see fans in attendance. Let's have a look at the match stats. Hougang, there you have it, leading 1-0 courtesy of Anders Sapling, and they've had some more shots in the game, Shashi.
Yeah, I think so, and especially in the last 15 or 20 minutes of that first half, I think they came into the game a little bit more, created the better chances.
Certainly created some of the more clear-cut opportunities in the opening 45. Let's have a look at the halftime highlights. It was the Young Lions who created the first opportunity. A good run from Rasak, looking for Zikos.
Yeah, that was all about Rasak's run. It was a straight ball over the top, and does well to get past Anders. He's no slouch himself, and managed to just put the ball into the area. He couldn't sort his feet out. Zikos.
Then it was Hougang United who came close, courtesy of this Lionel Tan header.
And this was the chance that Lionel had, and you just thought that it was a corner because he did get a touch to the Dylan Pereira.
It was a goal kick, but that didn't stop Hougang, who created the next best opportunity, and this was a chance for Amy Reka, wasn't it?
Well, listen, this is a bad miss, and Amy Reka look away because that's a bad miss, really. The ball comes across, and it's a good play from Shawal Anwar there. And then put it on a plate for Amy Reka.
Certainly on a plate, just couldn't take that opportunity.
And miss of the season, maybe.
With 2 rounds possibly gone after this, I'll take your money for it. Hougang continued to press forward. It was Amy Reka again who had an opportunity.
And this time shooting out wide, and after putting some pressure was Shah there. He does well, does the skipper's roll here, tracking back, and then just puts him off. Again, should have put it at least on target. Amy Reka.
And Hougang just grew in confidence as the match went on. Shawal Anwar here would create this opportunity, beating Jordan.
And good save in the end, but I tell you what, that is the outlet for Hougang, an opportunity down the flanks, and you know from those positions what Shawal Anwar can do. He can hurt you. He receives the ball, maybe first touch not that good, but kept his head, went past his man, and then that cut back for Sahil. Good save in the end.
Good save for Dylan Pereira. Unfortunately, his goal would be breached soon after.
And that's just poor marking. It's a straightforward free kick into the area. Take nothing away from the delivery, superb delivery. And where was the marking?
Anders Applin in acres of space to give Hougang United the lead after 37 minutes. His first goal of the 2022 season. And then Hougang had a wonderful opportunity to make it 2.
Yeah, Bertolozzo does ever so well here. Cuts inside Harry Stewart and just couldn't find the curl enough to beat or put the ball inside the goalpost. Well done on the left-hand side, Amy Reka, and then Pedro Bertolozzo. He just couldn't find the curler.
It will be the Young Lions who created the last opportunity of that first half. This shot from range by the skipper, Shasha Hiran.
Yeah, good first-time effort, but that's not going to trouble Mukundan from range, and he had a good 2-3 seconds to look at that one behind the ball all the way.
Yep, so as it stands, 1-0, Hougang United lead, 45 minutes to play. The football continues in the Singapore Premier League. Friday night football sees Albrechts Niigata take on Tanjong Pagar United. That comes to you live, 7:15 p.m, live from the Jurong East Stadium. Also happening on that night, the Young Lions against Geylang International. 2 matches on Friday night football, and there's 2 more on Saturday. I beg your pardon. There's 2 more on Saturday, followed by 1 on Wednesday. Balestier Khalsa against Tampines Rovers. Lion City Sailors against Hougang United. Both those games, 5:20 p.m. on Saturday. And then the midweek clash sees Hougang United and Tampines Rovers, the clash of the AFC Cup teams. That's right, we are approaching the second half, and there's plenty at stake with Hougang United leading just 1-0 against Young Lions. We do hope to have your company for the second half. Do stick with us. There's plenty of football left to be played. We'll see you very soon. If you're just joining us, thank you for your company. It is Tuesday evening. It is half-time between the Young Lions and Hougang United. As it stands, it's Anders Aplin's goal that has given the Cheetahs a slender first-half lead. Shashi, how have you enjoyed that opening 45?
Yeah, I think it has been pretty even. I think Young Lions would have been a little bit disappointed in conceding that goal because up till then, they were all right, doing their best. There were spurts in that game where they were looking to threaten the Hougang goal, but in the end, a mistake at the back in terms of not marking properly from a set-piece situation. That is the disappointing part. But apart from that, they've still got 45 minutes. And I just wonder if they should be going wider. You know, the first, at least first 10 to 20 minutes, they were going down, especially down this right-hand side, the Young Lions, and open up the Hougang defense a little bit.
In your picture there, Nazri Naseh speaking to his coaching staff, looking to plot a way back for the Young Lions, who of course have just one win and one draw in 11 games, well, 11 and a half games now, looking to take a point off Hougang United, claw themselves back into this competition. Would your team talk be more of the same?
Yeah, you know, again, like I said, you know, they need to go a little bit wider. Glenn especially stay wide because he seems to be coming in a little bit more, especially in the last 20 minutes or so of that first half. And I think they can do damage, especially with Zikos and Rasak in there, willing runners in the penalty area.
Absolutely, Zikos, Rasak and Glenn Quay will be pivotal if the Young Lions are to mount a second half comeback here. Also of note, two players making their SPL debuts for 2022 in this match. Dylan Pereira in goal for the Young Lions, as well as Jordan Vestering wearing number 32 for Hougang United. Let's touch on the Young Lions custodian first, Dylan Pereira. What do you make of that first 45 for him?
Well, you got to say, the goal wasn't his mistake, first of all. The cross came in and an open header. But apart from that, seemed to be a little bit jittery with his handling. But apart from that, I think he's been okay.
And then, of course, the other man making his SPL debut, Jordan Vestering.
Yeah, again, another comfortable opening for himself without being really spectacular. But he's got a very good left foot. Yeah, without being really spectacular, has had a very comfortable game so far.
Steady could be a word used to describe that opening 45. As it stands, there are no changes from both the teams. We will keep you abreast of any changes that happen as they happen here at the Jalan Besar Stadium. Second half now just minutes away, and it's Hougang United who will kick us off. Pedro had a gilt-edged chance to make it 2-0 on the cusp of half-time. He'll be looking for a goal, I'm sure. As Hougang United get us off underway, 45 minutes ahead of them, as they look to secure only their 4th win of the season. Straight away looking for that ball on the flank. Lionel calling Mugundan out. Mugundan obliges. And eventually gathers using his hand. It's Glenn who's headed this back, and that could be one for Pedro to chase. Dylan Pereira off his line confidently. No foul, says the referee, as Kai Shu takes this forward. Almost a perfect ball for Pedro. In the end, just too high.
Yeah, not a bad ball at all, and just over Pedro Bertoluzzo there, and Saik Akmal does the rest. But wanted a foul? I don't think so. He already lost the ball, Glenn. This was not a bad ball from Kaishu Yamazaki.
Kaishu really is a creator-in-chief when he plays in the middle of the park, as compared to when he's deployed in defense sometimes. He had a chance there to pick up an assist. Pedro will be looking for his 4th SPL goal of the season. As it stands, he has 3. He'll have a chance from this corner kick. And Dylan Pereira was tested there on his line. Taufik Tana, the referee, says there was a foul in that play.
Oh, what a ball there. A superb corner, putting pressure on the goalkeeper.
Looked like the foul was by Lionel Tan on Jared Gallagher, if not Kaishu on Dylan. As Hougang come again. Look, handball from where I was sitting. Let's have another look.
Yeah.
Just a knock on his arm as Shah Shairan brings it forward for the Young Lions. Lays it off to Arshad. Only as far as Anders. Shah's done well. Zulfami flails to clear his lines. All ball, says the referee. That's a ball for a red shirt to chase. Can Arshad keep it in play? Yes, he can. Arshad with his left foot gives Zikos something to chase. I think it's Reza Reski who's given the foul away.
Two balls, one from the left and another one from the right flank. This one from the right, ball comes in, and again Zikos, I think, could have done better. Just lost flight of the ball there. Not a bad ball at all.
Indeed, and certainly a foul. Emireka had his eyes on the ball, while Reza Reski was just looking to prevent him from getting a flight. And Emireka has stayed on the deck as the medical crew arrive on the scene. Captain Lionel Tan on the scene, just making sure everything's okay. What's Clement telling his team there?
I'm not so sure there. He's he looking for Emireka to get up quickly here. He wants his left-sided winger to be up on top of his game as well.
Speaking of wingers, it's good to see Idraki Adnan, who of course suffered that unfortunate ACL injury on the back end of last season, back on the bench.
Yeah, been out for a long time, and they would be probably easing him into games, not starting out in games, to get him up to speed with the intensity of the game.
I saw a recent picture of him on social media, and he looks like he's been spending some time in the gym as well, so he might be plenty for defenders to handle when he is back to full fitness. In the here and now though, Young Lions looking to mount a comeback. Arshad Shamim runs at Jordan Vestering and has put the ball, well, tried to put the ball into the area. Unfortunately, went out of play,
Yeah,
and a goal kick.
Yeah, he does well initially there to try to go past Jordan with his speed.
Lionel Tan to Muhaimin. Shawal Anwar. Snapped out by Jared. Zulfami and Reza Rizki tussling for the ball. Reza wins it. Arshad. Once again, Zikos looking to leave it for a teammate. No one was there as Hougang United look to launch a counter here. They have numbers forward. Shawal delayed the ball into the box. Couldn't get past the burly frame of Jordan Imawewe. Glenn Quay all across his fellow number 10. And in the end, defended well.
Again, creating havoc there down the right-hand side. Shawal Anwar, very direct, trying to go past two men there.
Did well to go past Jordan.
Yeah, great covering tackle there from Glenn Quay, doing his fair share of defending.
And it's Zulfami Arifin, who's already had one assist from one set piece today, looking to launch another equally effective ball into the box. Has the short option if he wishes. Goes for the long one. Went out of play by Hougang player. It's a goal kick.
Yeah, not a bad ball there again. Good ball from Shawal, or rather Zulfami, in swinging. Everybody missed that.
As Dylan Pereira plays this long to Jordan. Shah Shairan has lost the ball. Zulfami Kaishu looking for a cheeky layoff. Only as far as Shawal. Muhaimin. Zulfami looking for a teammate, couldn't find it. That was a late challenge, and Glenn has stayed on the deck.
Listen, that's a poor challenge from Muhaimin, I think. Look at this, very late. Look at that.
I think Muhaimin knew it right away. He was on the scene to apologize to Glenn. Not that the apology counts for much. He's the first yellow card of the game.
And his right boot was high as well.
As Glenn Quay looks to be in a bit of pain here. The Young Lion medics looking to nurse him.
Yeah, we see this again. I tell you what.
Looks worse on the replay, doesn't it?
It looks really, really bad there. His right foot was really high up.
The good news is, it does look like Glenn Quay will be okay to continue. And it's Jordan Imawiwe who stands over this free kick. Zulfami. Shajairan does well to lay it off to Glenn Quay. First touch just took it away from Glenn, and then Zulfami did enough to come across. Pedro and Jordan. Jordan wins that header. Some leap Jordan had there to win that header. As Reza Reski takes it forward, Zikos brings Jared into play. Jared's done well to beat the man in front of him. Shah Shahiran to Glenn. That goes out for Hougang throw in. Wasn't the best ball in from Glenn, was it?
It was very well worked actually initially. Ball going out wide, and then quality, better quality needed there.
Does look like we'll have the first substitution of the day. Number 5, Shabil Hisham. Coming on for number 11, Abdul Razak Hakim. Surprised by that substitution, Sashi? Shabil Hisham on for Abdul Razak?
I think they're going to a back 4. It looks like they've changed it. And Jordan, I think, will play up top as a striker.
We've seen that before in the here now though. Hougang come again. Pedro with the ball, looking for Kaishu. Give Kaishu a bit of work to do. In the meantime, Young Lions have got numbers back. Muhaimin with a ball in. Pedro's done well to get it. That's a chance for Shawal Anwar, who's done very well. Last ditch defending. I believe it was Harris Stewart.
Yeah, great challenge there from Harris. And let's see what the change can do with Jordan up top with Zikos. Again, we talk about presence. He's the one who's going to provide that presence. It's not a bad first touch by Pedro. And Shawal does well there.
I beg your pardon, it was Jared Gallagher on the scene.
Yep.
Important challenge from Jared there. Just for a minute there, looked like Hougang could have doubled the advantage. At the moment, it's a basketball game. Left, right, left, right. No team really taking full control. Kaishu to Zul, to Muhaimin. That's a fantastic touch from Shawal back to Muhaimin.
Again, Jared Gallagher, superb in the challenge, winning it. And the referee stopped play here. That was good play initially in Muhaimin. That ball was played across. Not a good first touch. Well, referee didn't give a foul. So it's gonna restart with a drop ball, I think.
Maybe just some concern over Pedro's well-being, the reason for the stop in play, but the replay suggests it wasn't a foul by Jared. Oh, it does look like Taufik Tanas has awarded this free kick to Hougang United.
Yeah, it's a late call there from the referee. It's given against Jared Gallagher.
I'm sure Jared feels a bit hard done by that decision. For now, though, his focus has to be on this set piece that Sahil Suhaimi is standing over. Sahil Suhaimi, 3 goals, 1 assist this season, plays the ball into the box. Can't find a teammate, and Dylan Pereira gathers quite comfortably.
Yeah, from that distance, never ever gonna trouble the goalkeeper. It to be a better ball from a better angle as well.
Dylan, let it run across his body. Syed Akmal took the smart option, safety first. And Hougang will come again through this throw-in.
Yeah, Dylan Pereira does look jittery here.
As does the Young Lions back line. Not clearing the line, Sahil Suhaimi.
It was a mix-up between Syed Akmal and Shabil, the substitute at right back. There you go, the touch from Syed Akmal goes out straight to Sahil Suhaimi. He'll keep it on target.
Opened up for him, Sahil Suhaimi, and considering he's been in decent goal-scoring form, can't blame him for trying from range. Jordan almost got the better of Anders Applin, who's done ever so well. Anders, what a goal does for your confidence, eh? Jordan Vestring not happy with that challenge that brought him to the deck. Once again, it was Jarrett Gallagher.
He's definitely in the wars, Jarrett Gallagher. You know what he's going to get from him, full commitment.
Shawal Anwar looked for a first-time pass, didn't come off, but Hougang come again here through Sahil Suhaimi. To Amy Reka. Has found Kaishu, looking for the ball into the middle of the park. Into the middle of the box, I beg your pardon. Couldn't find it. And this is some pressure from the Cheetahs as we approach the hour mark here at the Jalan Besar Stadium. Just 1 goal separating both sides. Can they make it 2? They'll be hoping the pressure pays off sooner or later. For now, though, the Young Lions clear their lines. Glenn Quay does well. Glenn plays it short to Jarrett. Looking for a teammate, couldn't find it as Zulfami.
Yeah, that's the part of the game that lets Jarrett Gallagher down. Does ever so well in the combative part of the game, winning the ball. It's just about the distribution now. He just needs to work on that.
Certainly shown shades of that combative play you speak of. As Hougang United continue to pressure the Young Lions back line. Jared. Enthusiastic from Sahil Suhaimi, not giving Harris Stewart a moment's rest.
Yeah, the ball was there to be won. The ball was played to Harris. It was a little bit short from Gallagher.
Long ball forward for Jordan. Lionel Tan heads it away. Jordan will keep it. Jordan Vestering will keep it in play. It is the battle of the Jordans down that right hand now. Jordan Imauiwe against Jordan Vestering. It's Vestering with the throw, looking for Amy Reka, who's done well. Tries to get the return from Pedro, keeps it in play. Sahil does well. Kaishu and Zul exchanging passes all the way back to Lionel Tan. Shawal with the ball for Kaishu. Receives the return. Shawal Anwar. In the end, a red shirt got in the way.
Well, could Shawal Anwar take that first time? Good interchange of passes between Kaishu, Yamazaki and Shawal Anwar there.
Jordan Imauiwe has switched the play wonderfully to Glenn Quay. Glenn is going to take the defender on. And Glenn's done ever so well. Did everything right.
And you see Nazri Nase, hands on his head. Very frustrating indeed. Does everything right, like you said. It's just that final ball, the final decision making. It sits Muhaimin down, and then that final ball was terrible.
Foul by Harris Stewart on Pedro, says the referee.
Oh, that's very soft.
And a second change incoming for the Young Lions. Zikos Chua will make way for number 12, Joel Chew. What's the thinking behind this change here, Shashi?
Well, obviously, Joel Chew is be the main provider, and they'll probably play with one up top with Jordan Amavive. Zikos hasn't had the best of games, and Reza Rezki probably will go out wide to the right-hand side.
Shawal looking for joy down that flank. Shah Shahiran on the scene to cover, concedes a throw-in. We talked about Joel Chew being the creative force for this Young Lions. With 30 minutes left to go, is this tiring Hougang backline or defense an ideal opportunity for Joel to create something?
Yeah, indeed, that's a good opportunity for him, especially with his technical skills. He can open up defenses, and with the willing runner in Jordan.
Right away, Joel showing his intention, looking for Shah Shahiran, who does well to keep it in place. Shah receives the return. Joel Chew does the right thing, looks for the man on the flank. Reza Reski couldn't find a way past Jordan Vestering.
Joel Chew looking to make an instant impact there. Very instrumental in that move.
Joel Chew has got 2 assists thus far this season. With the way it stands, won't be a bad night to pick up his third, I'm sure.
Yeah, the Young Lions are not happy with that decision.
Understandably.
Ball coming off a Hougang player at last, I think.
Jarrett's done well. Joel to Shah. Seemed to be a foul and given as a foul. Shah Shahiran takes it quickly. Referee allows it as Joel sprays it wide to Glenn. Arshad has a chance to play this ball in. Has done exactly that. Jordan couldn't get his header on target. Jordan Emawiwe.
That's not a bad ball at all from Arshad Shamim. At least he put it into the mixer, and probably need the ball just further, slightly ahead of Jordan for him to attack the ball.
Kaishu to Shawal. Jared Gallagher in the way of that pass. It is a Hougang United throw that Mohaimin takes. Arshad. Shawal Anwar. Once again, Jared Gallagher in the way. Joel, though, gathers possession for the Young Lions. Has Shah, releases Shah. Interesting effort with the ball played into the box from Shah. Didn't really come off for him, though.
Yeah, you can already see the instant impact Joel Chew has made to the game. The intensity has gone up a little bit for the Young Lions.
It just seems like Joel knows when to pick a pass.
Yeah,
and the right pass.
The timing and the decision making. He doesn't lose the ball as well unnecessarily.
Arshad to Glenn. As offside, says the referee. Eventually, Taufik Tana acknowledges the linesman's flag. The linesman on that side, Kasi Gopikana.
Yeah, you got to give credit to Jared Gallagher there. He hasn't stopped running. He found himself in a little bit of space down the left-hand side, made that run. Caught offside.
Been a busy day for the linesmen. 2 offsides apiece for both these teams. Just about 67 minutes played, and it's Shawal Anwar who has acres of space down the flank. Launches it in, looking for a blue shirt. Shabil Hisham on the scene to clear the danger, and a Zaplin has Jordan for company. What a tussle that's turning out to be between Jordan and Mauiwe.
Yeah, nearly got his pockets picked there by Jordan Anders.
Danger's still not over. Hougang looking to play it out of a tight spot. Mohamed does the sensible thing. Well, the intensity has certainly cranked up for the home team here. Joel has Shashai run in space. Brave defending from Anders, who looks in a lot of pain.
Yeah, superb ball in here. Look at this. Zhou Chu picked out Shah there. And that was good defending from Anders. Great defending, great block. Very brave indeed.
Made himself big. Almost as important as the goal he scored at this end as well.
Exactly.
In a similar sort of position. Anders Applin.
Shah Shahiran's really got his eyes lit up there as soon as he had that opportunity. Another one here.
Unfortunately, corner doesn't clear the first man. The Young Lions will give it a go again. This time through Arshad Shamim, who's picked out Glenn. Arshad to Joel. All the way back to Harris Stewart. Reza Rizki got a nudge in the back there. And Harris Stewart has given the ball away. Arshad Shamim did well,
Yeah,
thankfully for his teammate.
got very lucky there. Haris.
Combination of Glenn and Joel looking to find a way past the Hougang backline. Reza Rizki thought about a shot from range. Closed down fairly effectively. That was a high boot from Jared. Nothing came of it. And eventually, he argues he got the ball. You agree?
Yeah, he did get a touch to the ball, but I think the angle that he was in, he was behind his man, and that was why. Initially, that was a high boot from Jared. There, he got the touch to the ball first, but it's just the challenge from the back.
There was a bit of an elbow in Sahil's back as well, and that's probably what Taufik Tana saw. And I think it's a yellow card for Jared Gallagher. Must be an accumulation of fouls for the sort of player he is. Comes with the territory. And Jared Gallagher, the next man to go into the book. Shawal Anwar has a chance here. Has done so well, and that's an outstanding goal for Hougang United. It is Sahil Suhaimi with his fourth goal of the season. And what a goal it was to give Hougang United a 2-0 lead with 20 minutes to play.
What a finish, and what a chest there. The control from Shawal Anwar, and then take nothing away from that finish from Sahil Suhaimi. Great goal, superb goal. First time effort, not an easy opportunity to take.
All smiles for the Cheetahs, who now are firmly on course for a fourth win in 12 games. There's your man who's made it 2-0, Sahil Suhaimi, with his fourth goal of the season, and what a time to score it. Just as Young Lions were growing in confidence, just as they made the change with Joel Chu to come back into the game.
Exactly, they were on a high there, Young Lions. As soon as Joel Chu came up, the intensity went up a little bit. The intent was there. And then just like that, moment of brilliance from Shawal, and then Sahil Suhaimi's superb finish.
It's something you talked about at halftime, using that wingers to bring the attackers into play, and it seems like Hougang have heeded your advice.
Exactly,
Sashi.
you know, it's about those wide players. Shawal, lots of quality. Amy Reka down the left-hand side also. And he showed it in the first half.
That's jittery by the Young Lions backline. Pedro has a chance here. Shawal Anwar has done well to keep it alive. And in the end, Young Lions, who just look on the ropes slightly, having shown so much confidence.
And Kaishu Yamazaki not happy with that ball from Pedro Bertoluzzo there. Not good enough.
Lionel Tan to Kaishu Yamazaki. Hougang now in a very comfortable position. 2 to the good, 3 points in sight.
Yeah, much needed 3 points as well, but you still got slightly less than 20 minutes to go here.
Kaishu with a shot from range that was nowhere close to being on target, but took a deflection on the way out, and it's a corner kick for Hougang, who of course looking for their first clean sheet since the 22nd of May. They were held to a goalless draw by Geylang International. So we talk about defending coming to this one. That'll be important for confidence.
Yeah, very good point. They would want to keep a clean sheet here, manage the game well, probably get a couple of goals as well from here on in.
That's the ball in. Sahil Suhaimi looking to do the damage with his head this time. The Young Lions trying to spring a surprise with the counter-attack. Doesn't come off. Outnumbered by the Cheetahs. Sulfami. Shah Shahiran. Got the ball, says the referee. That's a good ball over the top by Jared Gallagher. Once again, Kasi Gopikana had his flag up.
I think he was just offside.
Let's have another look. This camera should reveal everything we need to know.
Ooh, not very tight, but he looked like he was onside there.
To the bare eye, it did look onside. Might need to draw a line, perhaps, to tell us even more. But as it stands, that is offside. And Hougang come again, looking to build on this 2-0 advantage from range. What a goal, Amy Reka. How about that for a finish? Has been crying for something to kickstart his life at Hougang United. That's a firecracker.
I'm just looking at this again, and did it go through the goalkeeper's hands here? It just looked like it was at a good height, but take nothing away from that finish. Excellent finish, and obviously something that you would want to do, especially after that terrible miss in the first half.
Goal once again for Hougang United. Scored by number 19, Amy Reka.
Amy Reka with the third goal for Hougang United after 75 minutes, and that's given them a very comfortable 3-0 lead here at the Jalan Besar Stadium. And it looks like Hougang United are sailing towards 3 points.
And just like that, the Young Lions, we talked about how they got a little bit better with the inclusion of Joel Chu in the second half. And change of formation as well. Just like that, the brilliance, moments of brilliance is really put paid to their hopes.
And we heard from Clementio pre-match saying the supporting cast need to step up, need to make themselves count. We've seen goals from Amy Reka, Sahil Suhaimi and Andes Applin. Have they heeded their coach's advice?
Yeah, very much so. And it's a team game, obviously. And we talk about Pedro Bertoluzzo. I don't think he has had any opportunity to take a shot on goal. Probably that only one in the first half where he curled it wide of the post. But his other players, or his teammates, have chipped in here.
And that'll be pleasing for Clementio and his backroom staff. It's been difficult in the Singapore Premier League thus far. This, of course, only their 4th victory if they hold on for the next 15 minutes in 12 games. But a step in the right direction nonetheless. Let's have another look at the foul here. Jared Gallagher is on a yellow card. Needs to be careful, especially with accumulation. There does look to be an incoming substitution for the Young Lions at the bottom of your screen. Number 36, Elijah Lim is stripped and ready. We'll have confirmation of the change very shortly. Sahil Suhaimi in confident mood. Sahil Suhaimi, and why not?
Yeah, very much so. Full of confidence. Good effort as well. And 2 changes, I think.
It is a double change for the Young Lions. Number 36, Elijah Lim, stripped and ready to come on, as is number 20, Nur Hakim Rizwan. Nur Hakim Rizwan coming on for number 14, Reza Rizki. And Elijah Lim coming on for Jordan Imawiwe.
Double substitution for the Young Lions, number 14, Reza is replaced by number 20, Hougang Jalan.
Is it a case of just giving players minutes at this stage for Nazri Nasir?
Yeah, very much so. And they will be looking forward already to the next game because it's pretty much game, set and match here. Elijah Lim coming in. Nur Hakim will go to the left striker position.
Jared Gallagher picks out Shabil Hisham. Arshad Shamim has something to chase. Arshad. Mohamed did well. Looked like Arshad got in the way of Jarrett, but they keep it alive here, and that's an outstanding save from Mukundan Mar and Joel Chew from range.
Oh, that's a great save there. He had to get down very low. Very low and down to his right as well. Great save from Mukundan. Good effort as well.
With 3 points seemingly in the bag, 3 players are about to be substituted for Hougang United. Shafiq Ghani, Shafiq Ghani, Kiki Krajcek, and Farhan Zulkifli are stripped and ready to come on. Christian Krajcek on for Mohamed Sohaimi. Kaishu Yamazaki off for Farhan Zulkifli. And the final change, Pedro Botaluzo comes off for number 7, Shafiq Ghani.
And number 9, Pedro Botaluzo is replaced by number 7, Shafiq Ghani.
Yeah, good opportunity to rest some of the players who were in the AFC Cup action.
Certainly is. Seems a sensible move by the Hougang team. Shawal Anwar has a chance to make it 4, and he does. How about that from Shawal Anwar? Everything they touch turns into goals at the moment. Shawal Anwar has stretched Hougang's advantage to 4-0 against a hapless Young Lions.
Yeah, they are crumbling here, the Young Lions. They lost their heads. Heads have gone down a little bit, demoralized. And this was good play again from Shawal. A give and go, superbly done. Easy as that. It was too easy, in fact. And good finish. Calm head, full of composure. Shawal Anwar makes it 4-0.
This exchange of pass is really what unlocked the Young Lions back line.
Superbly done there. And Harry Stewart couldn't get back in time.
Shawal Anwar makes it 4 after 80 minutes. And as it stands, it's turning out to be a very, very comfortable Tuesday night of work for Hougang United. Shafiq has left it loose. Glenn Quay. It did look like there was a foul by Jordan Westering.
Yeah, there was a push, a clear push there. And very unnecessary as well. Don't have to do that. The team is leading.
Perhaps they want that clean sheet a bit desperately. It's been some time since they got a clean sheet, especially from a winning position.
Yeah, listen, you know, as a coach and as a team as well, the defense line as well as the goalkeeper, you want a clean sheet, even if you're leading 4, 5, or 6-0.
And there's a set-piece opportunity. Speaking of looking forward, Hougang United have taken off 3 players, rested the players. They have Lion City Sailors coming up next.
Yeah.
What will a 4-0 victory like this do going up against the league leaders?
Yeah, it's just confidence, isn't it? You want to go into playing against the best team in the league with confidence up a little bit, but it's going to be still a big task. Let's see what the Young Lions can do from this situation.
Shah Shahiran That's on target.
No, it was deflected off the wall, and I think it's going to be retaken here.
Was he off the line, or has it been given as...
It's going to be retaken because I think Lionel he moved forward, I think. Let's just see what's happening. Yeah, I can't really tell from there.
Certainly not a handball. It must be the fact that he moved forward before the free kick was taken.
Yeah.
Take two for Shah Shahiran, maybe.
It's gone a little bit closer as well.
Certainly. This angle will tell us.
I think it's handball. Yeah, I think it's handball.
Yeah, it did look like Lionel Tan used his hand to deflect that shot away. The captain receives a yellow card for his misdemeanor. And Shah Shahiran and his team receive a second free kick, this time in a much more inviting position.
Well, it's going to be a little bit more difficult as well to get it over and under in that short distance. So let's see what he can do here.
Virtually everyone back for Hougang United to defend as Shah Shahiran can't get past the Hougang United wall. There's Joel Chu.
That he wanted to pass it into the far corner, couldn't open his body up enough. Angle wasn't right, and it went a little bit too straight at the goalkeeper. As you can see here, a missed kick shot. That just couldn't open his body up.
Tell you what, Joel Chu did really well to stay onside there. But that's twice now that Mukundan Maran has denied Joel Chu, who's made quite an impact since coming on. Shawal to Kiki. To Emireka. They smell blood here, the Cheetahs. Arshad only as far as Sahil Suhaimi. Farhan Zulkifli. To Shafiq Ghani. That's a ball for Kiki to chase. Dylan saves sharply with his feet. Danger's not over as Emireka looks to tussle past Haris. And he's done ever so well, Emireka. Wins the corner for his endeavour.
Yeah, suddenly the confidence coming back for Emireka, but before that, the ball comes in and it's good first touch here from Krajcek. There you go, in front of Jordan. Or rather, the right back.
Shabil Hisham.
Shabil.
There's a sight for Hougang United fans to rejoice. Idraki Adnan back to full fitness, stripped and ready to come on. Confirmation of the change. Idraki Adnan coming on for Shawal Anwar. And Fabian Kwok is also on for the Cheetahs as Kiki Krajcek plays this win too far. Confirmation that Fabian Kwok is on for Zulfami Arifin. What a shift Zulfami has put in, back from injury. And really some of his passing has been a joy to watch, hasn't it been?
Exactly, and been a very good game for him. Very comfortable, in fact. Let's see how Idraki does here. Everybody looking forward to him back in the league.
Yeah, plenty of excitement surrounding Idraki, who's had his first touch of the ball. Idraki takes on two players. Not sure of trying there, Idraki, looking to make an instant impact.
Yeah, and finally crowded out by the left back, Arshad Shamim, stuck to his guns.
Just about 3 minutes left to play of regulation time, and then the stoppage time to follow. There's been a flurry of substitutions, so you can expect some stoppage time. But for the Young Lions, it's really damage limitation. For Hougang, though, they'll be looking to add some gloss to the scoreline as we approach the dying embers of this contest at the Jalan Besar Stadium. And the Zeppelin does ever so well. Kiki Krajcek, who's looked sharp since he came on. Haris only as far as Shabil, who then lays it off to Jared. Syed Akmal to Jared Gallagher, who hasn't stopped running for 90 minutes, has he?
Yeah. Good lungs. They're here, there, and everywhere. Box-to-box midfielder. Winning the foul as well.
Shabil, just Shah. Jordan Westering on the scene. Had a good outing, Jordan Westering.
Yeah. Has kept players like Arshad Shamim very quiet indeed.
Kiki Krajcek sees Idraki in space. Idraki has options. Can't find Shafigani with the pass. As the Young Lions regather possession.
Tentative touch there from Idraki. You can understand why.
Harris Stewart. That's a ball that Glenn can do something about in the box. Joel Chu to Glenn. Looking for a red shirt, can't find his way past Farhan Zulkifli. Jared Gallagher with a good ball. Over the top, couldn't find Shasha Iran, and Mugundan Maran. Hasn't had much to do, but done well when called upon.
Yeah, exactly. Two saves from Joe Chu as well. The first one was a very good one, down low on his right.
That's an interesting goal kick that Kiki Krajcek looks to keep in play. And Amy Reka has done well to keep that in play. Fabian with a short touch to Amy. Noor Hakim. Shafigani adjudged to have fouled Noor Hakim Rizwan. Have another look at the foul.
Yeah, the substitute, definitely two substitutes in fact involved there. Here comes Shah.
Shah once again going for a shot from range. Was that the best option in that circumstance? He had an option down the right.
He had runners there down the right, especially in Elijah.
Mukun giving those of the fans in attendance a bit of a souvenir, perhaps.
Yes, they're just managing the game.
Certainly, running the clock down. Idraki does well. Shafigani, good touch. Idraki continues his run. Idraki Adnan, can he pick the right pass? Who's on the scene, Shashi?
It's that man there, but I tell you what, Idraki should have done better. I think he held on to the ball a little bit too late. But you're right, that guy, that Jared Gallagher, has been absolutely brilliant. He never stops running, Jared Gallagher.
I'll be intrigued to see how many kilometers he's covered across 90 minutes.
Yep.
And confirmation there that we are into 3 minutes of stoppage time. And Hougang United on course for 3 points, having scored 4 past the Young Lions. 1-0 at the break. They've steamrolled them in the second half.
Dylan there making a mess out of that corner. Didn't get anywhere near the ball in the 6-yard area.
Just a tentative ball forward for a red shirt to chase. Noor Hakim in the end can't chase it down, and Farhan Zulkifli will be in charge of this throw-in. Idraki did well to beat Arshad, who then stayed in the way. Hougang, though, keep possession of the football. Here is a throw-in to Hougang United as we approach the final 90 seconds of action here at the Jalan Besar Stadium. If you have stayed through with us this Tuesday night, you've been rewarded with some goals. And if you're a Hougang fan, you'll be cheering now. All 3 points in the bag for the Cheetahs on their return to domestic action. It's been a perfect day for Hougang, no?
Yeah, and can you see there, Nasri on the bench looking very downcast indeed. And you can understand why.
Kiki Krajcek has a chance to add a fifth. Dylan Pereira saves from point-blank range. That could have been a fairy tale fifth for the Cheetahs. It's not over yet, though, with about 45 seconds left to play. I tell you what, Kiki Krajcek has really taken to this contest since coming on.
Yeah, Dylan making that save with his foot.
Well, Dylan, as much as he's conceded 4 on the night, had a couple of sharp saves that he can take some confidence from going into the next one. Does look like there's a Young Lions player on the deck there. It's Glenn Quay, I believe, who's got some cramps.
Yeah, he's another one of those players who've run himself to the ground here, being aided by Amy Reka.
Good to see. They must have been in the national team camp together, no?
Yep. And Amy, of course, capping this game with a goal as well. A much needed goal.
Much needed goal. Let's have a look at that chance for Kiki Krajcek. All he had to do was find space on either side of the keeper.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that miss.
I tell you who won't be disappointed though, Hougang United. They seal all 3 points with an emphatic 4-0 victory over the Young Lions. Their first away win of the season and their 4th win in 12 games for the against a hapless Young Lions. Nazri Nase with plenty to do. But all smiles here. Amy Reka amongst the goals, as was Anders Aplin, and that was that man, Sahil Suhaimi. 1 assist, 1 goal. A simply outstanding display from the Cheetahs. Confirmation of the goal scorers there. Anders Aplin, Sahil Suhaimi, Amy Reka, and then Shawal Anwar. A perfect night in the end for Hougang United after the IFC Cup expeditions.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the quality shone through, and this is the highlights. This was the first half, and they almost got that first goal. And I say almost.
It looked like one of those days for Amy Reka at that point.
Exactly, that's a poor miss. And Amy Reka will be smiling now if he looks at this again, because he did score in the second half, but that's a poor miss. A real poor miss.
Hougang's pressure, though, would pay as they took the lead in the first half.
Yeah, a straight delivery from Zulfami Arifin. And if you leave anyone in the box like that free, Anders Aplin, he doesn't make any mistakes from that. Good header.
Certainly didn't make any mistake. Anders Aplin opened his account for the season as well as Hougang United's account on the night. 1-0 at the break. Sahil Suhaimi was next to try from range.
Yeah, Sahil with a shot just outside the penalty area. I think he will be a little bit disappointed with that effort. Should have put it on target at least and didn't touch the goalkeeper out.
At that point, he was praying for something to come off, and come off it did. Shawal Anwar was the architect, set it up for Sahil Suhaimi, who made it 2 after 70 minutes.
I tell you what, you just look at that again. It was pure quality from Shawal Anwar first, with this first touch in, and then to pick out Sahil, and Sahil's first time effort. No stopping that. Superb rocket into the top corner.
4th goal of the season domestically for Sahil Suhaimi. At this point, the Cheetahs smelt blood and they went for the throat of the Young Lions. Pedro Bortoluzzo leaving it for Amy Reka, who did this.
Great finish in the end, cutting inside, a give and go with Pedro Bortoluzzo. And then his right foot finish went past Dylan Pereira there. They're asking for Pedro to come forward. Got the return ball, good first touch, and boom, great goal.
Boom indeed. Only had one thing in his mind, Amy Reka. We talked about it all throughout the match. Boy, did he need that goal. One man who tried to make an impact for the Young Lions after coming on was Joel Chew. This was his effort from range after 79 minutes.
Yeah, and Mukundan had to be on top of his game there, had to be really aware of this shot. Got down low, great save.
Sharp save. And Hougang would have their 4th goal. Arshad Shamim hitting it only as far as Shawal Anwar with a quick give and go to Sahil Suhaimi. How about that for a reverse? And how about that for a finish?
Yeah, that's a poor header out from Arshad Shamim, straight onto the path of Shawal Anwar. And we talk about give and goes, that's another example of how it's supposed to be done. Easy, cutting through the defense, and then a very good composed finish from Shawal Anwar.
Zulfami again starting the move with a long ping forward on his left leg. This goal is so good. Have a look at this reverse.
Yeah, just picked his spot, very calm.
The Young Lions, though, would continue to look for a late consolation. This effort, again from Joel Chew, through a sharp save.
Yeah, off the rebound from that free kick situation. And Joel Chew just received the ball. He did very well to stay on side first, and then with his first touch, out of his feet, and then couldn't angle it into goal.
There we have the scenes, jubilant scenes of Hougang United, who've picked up a crucial 3 points. Their first away win of the season, and their first away win since August last year. Let's have a look at the match stats. Hougang leading on all counts. That matters at least. 19 shots, 8 on target, and they scored 4 of those. Clemente will be happy with tonight's work.
And I think in the end it was the quality, wasn't it? The quality in key positions, and they had players who can finish the game off. Great finish in the end for Hougang.
Yep, and what a match day 14 we've had. This is how the teams stand after match day 14. Hougang United remain 5th, but have now closed the gap to Tampines Rovers to just 2 points. Tampines, of course, having played a game less. Young Lions continue to fall away from the pack. They have just 4 points from 12 games and a whopping 9 points behind 7th place Balestier Khalsa. In front and in charge, it's still the Lion City Sailors. 6 points clear of 2nd place Albirex Niigata. And there we have it. The fun doesn't stop in the Singapore Premier League Friday night football. It's a doubleheader. Albirex Niigata against Tanjong Pagar United. The Jurong East derby, that one. At the Jalan Besar Stadium, the Young Lions will be looking to lick their wounds when they welcome Geylang International. And then 2 matches on Saturday as well. Balestier Khalsa against Tampines Rovers. The Lion City Sailors against Hougang United. And there's midweek football with Hougang United against Tampines Rovers. Now, it's been a thoroughly entertaining affair here at the Jalan Besar Stadium to cap off what's been goals galore on match day 14. 4-0 Hougang United, the victors, for a crucial 3 points. We do thank you for your company. I'm Ziaul Raushan. He's Sashi Kuma. We're signing off till the next one. We'll see you over the weekend.